Hello guys, my name is Prince and this is Math Center. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Post your comments and questions on my social media handles and I'll respond to it. We are on the topic probability. In the previous video, we solved a practical problem on probability. In this video, we are going to solve another practical problem. The question for this video is: the probability that Kofi and Amma pass an examination are 2 divided by 3 and 5 divided by 8 respectively. Find the probability that I, both of them pass the examination. Only one of them passes the examination. None of them passes the examination. IV, at least one of them passes the examination. So we have been given the probability that Kofi and Amma pass an examination, and we have been told to find the probability of these events. We will solve the first one in this video, then we will solve the others in the subsequent videos. When you have been given a question like this, the first thing you need to do is to define the terms that you'll be using in the solution. So we are going to let P into bracket A represent the probability that Kofi passes the examination. From the videos on the laws of probability, we learned that if P into bracket E is the probability that an event will occur, then P into bracket E complement is the probability that that event will not occur. If we are applying that here, we can say that if P into bracket K is the probability that Kofi passes the examination, then P into bracket K complement is the probability that Kofi does not pass the examination, or the probability that Kofi fails the examination. So P into bracket E is the probability that an event will occur. P into bracket E complement is the probability that that event will not occur. We are applying that here. So if we let P into bracket K represent the probability that Kofi passes the examination, then P into bracket K complement is the probability that Kofi fails the examination, or Kofi does not pass the examination. In the same way, if we let P into bracket A represent the probability that Amma passes the examination, then P into bracket A complement is the probability that Amma fails the examination. From the question, we were told that the probability that Kofi and Amma pass an examination are 2 divided by 3 and 5 divided by 8 respectively. What this means is that the probability that Kofi passes the examination is 2 divided by 3, and the probability that Amma passes the examination is 5 divided by 8. We have let P into bracket K represent the probability that Kofi passes the examination. So we can say that P into bracket K is equal to 2 divided by 3, because the probability that Kofi passes the examination is 2 divided by 3. In the same way, the probability that Amma passes the examination is P into bracket A. So P into bracket A is 5 divided by 8. From the videos on the laws of probability, we learned that P into bracket E plus P into bracket E complement is equal to 1. So if we make P into bracket E complement the subject, we are going to have P into bracket E complement is equal to 1 minus P into bracket E. If we are applying that here, we can say that P into bracket K complement is equal to 1 minus P into bracket K. We already know P into bracket K to be 2 divided by 3. So this will give us 1 minus 2 divided by 3, which will give us 1 divided by 3. In the same way, P into bracket A complement is equal to 1 minus P into bracket A. We know P into bracket A as 5 divided by 8. So P into bracket A complement is equal to 1 minus 5 divided by 8, which will give us 3 divided by 8. So from what we have done here, we can say that the probability that Kofi passes the examination, which is represented by P into bracket K, is 2 divided by 3. The probability that Kofi fails the examination, which is represented by P into bracket K complement, is equal to 1 divided by 3. In the same way, the probability that Amma passes the examination, which is represented by P into bracket A, is equal to 5 divided by 8. And the probability that Amma fails the examination, which is represented by P into bracket A complement, is equal to 3 divided by 8. It's important that you find these terms before you start solving the question. Now, let's tackle the first part of the question. We are looking for the probability that both of them pass the examination. If Kofi and Amma are going to write the examination and both of them will pass, what it means is that Kofi will pass the examination and Amma will also pass the examination. So the probability that both of them pass the examination is equal to the probability that Kofi passes the examination and Amma also passes the examination. From the videos on addition and multiplication law of probability, we learned that where we see and, we are going to replace it with multiplication. So if we do that here, we are going to have the probability that Kofi passes the examination, we have and here, so times probability that Amma passes the examination. We have found out that the probability that Kofi passes the examination is represented by P into bracket K. The probability that Amma passes the examination is represented by P into bracket A. So this will give us P into bracket K times P into bracket A. P into bracket K is 2 divided by 3. P into bracket A is 5 divided by 8. So we can say that the probability that Kofi passes the examination is 2 divided by 3. And the probability that Amma passes the examination is 5 divided by 8. If we simplify this, we are going to have 5 divided by 12. So the probability that both of them pass the examination is 5 divided by 12. The probability that both Kofi and Amma pass the examination is 5 divided by 12. The second part of the question says that we should find the probability that only one of them passes the examination. We are going to do that in the next video. So see you in the next video and let's continue solving this question. Bye bye.